Could there be regime change? Well, Donald Trump also said yesterday, threatened to potentially kill the supreme leader. So we just don't know what could happen next. And bear in mind, if the US does get involved, how could Iran react to it? Again, we don't know, and it could put the US in a very, very dangerous moment.
Now, a defiant response from Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, his words read out by a presenter on state-run TV. Iranians, he said, are not people who surrender, and any form of US military intervention would be met with what he called irreparable harm.
Omia, thank you. Well, let's get the picture then from Jerusalem. Our correspondent Hugo Bechega is there. On the ground, Hugo, how will these words have been received, and what's the latest on the conflict from that perspective?
Yeah, Nina, so Israel has continued to attack Iran. The military said more than 50 planes hit about 20 targets across Tehran overnight, including weapons production facilities. And on the ground in Iran, we've seen those huge traffic jams of residents trying to flee the city, Tehran, because of fears of an escalation of this conflict. Shortages of petrol and food are being felt. Also, some cash machines are not working. So this is the impact on the population there. Now, in Israel, as Caroline said, there was a wave of attacks, two waves actually, of Iranian missile attacks overnight. The Iranians said they had used for the first time a hypersonic missile, which is a missile that is more difficult to be intercepted by air defenses, but there have been no reports of casualties. And we're seeing that the recent attacks haven't been as intense, which is probably an indication of the impact of these Israeli airstrikes on the Iranian military.
Caroline Hawley, BBC News.
Well, in a moment, we'll speak with our Middle East correspondent Hugo Bechega, who's in Jerusalem this lunchtime. But first to our North America correspondent in Washington, Nomia Iqbal. And Nomia, the war of words is ramping up. Here we are on day 6. But what exactly do we know about America's intentions? How far will they go?
And just moments ago, the Israeli government announced that some of the restrictions that had been imposed because of the war are now being eased. There will be, limited gatherings are now being allowed, but crucially, schools and the airspace remain closed. But this is an indication that the Israeli authorities believe that the threat coming from Iran has diminished.